Hi, this is U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, and this is this week's edition of Constituent Mailbox. Every week we go into the emails and to the mailbox and we pull out a few letters and read them on the air, letters that are typical of what we're hearing. Now, of course, over the last week, the one thing we've heard about the most is the IRS scandal. As you may be aware, the IRS has now admitted that they targeted fellow taxpayers because of their conservative views. The question is, was this done deliberately for political reasons, or was this sheer incompetence? And that's why it's so important that the United States, through its Congress, do everything it can to get to the bottom and answer those questions. We've received a lot of emails and letters, but there's one that I want to read to you because we think it's really important and really touches upon some of the worst parts of what's happened here. It's an email from Larry in Orlando, Florida. He asks, "Is this America? We are all asking the question, Senator. Repeal Obamacare, and if that can't be done, then demand that the IRS not be involved with any part of enforcing it. Obamacare is bad enough, and adding in a tyrannical IRS is not the answer." Well, Larry, I couldn't agree with you more. First of all, that fundamental question, is this still America, is one of the first things I asked myself when I saw what was happening. When you read a headline that a powerful government agency is targeting people because of their political views, that's the kind of headline you read from other countries, not here in America. So you're absolutely right when you state it that way. That is the concern that so many of us have. Now, as far as the IRS's role in Obamacare, well, that's chilling. Because if you notice, the IRS is deeply involved in implementing Obamacare. They're on the front lines of it. The IRS is going to go through the country asking people, prove to us that you have health insurance, prove to us that the health insurance you have is adequate. And if you don't have health insurance, pay us $2,000 or a similar fine or fee or tax as a result of failing to get health insurance. The IRS, this agency that either is targeting people because of their political views or is incompetent, this is the agency that's in charge of doing this. We should be very concerned about that, and is an argument for repealing Obamacare. You can't just move the IRS out of the way, because if the IRS isn't doing it, then either some new government bureaucracy will have to be created or some existing government bureaucracy will go ahead and implement this. So the only answer to this is to repeal Obamacare. Just one more reason why this law is going to be a disaster for our country. And in the months to come, I'm really going to focus on the issue of repealing Obamacare, because in addition to the IRS's role, there's all sorts of other problems with regards to Obamacare that we need to answer. So thank you for your email. It's very indicative of the kinds that we're getting from people all over the state. I want you all to know how deeply committed I continue to be to this issue, because to me it's a fundamental issue of our constitutional rights. One of the things that separates America from the rest of the world is that our founders knew from history that no matter who's in charge of government, if that government gets too big and too powerful, it will abuse that power. Well, we're seeing evidence of that here now with the IRS. We need to remember our constitutional founding principles of limited government, because they are the right thing to do for our country. They're a distinguishing feature of this land, and we can never afford to lose that. And I will be tireless in stating that case over and over again to anyone that will listen. Well, as always, I just want to thank you for the privilege and honor of serving you here in the United States Senate. It's a great pleasure and really a blessing to be able to be your voice on the issues of the day. May God bless all of you. May God always bless our great state of Florida. And may God continue to bless these United States of America. Thank you.